Hey guys, it's Ash here, and I want to share a prophetic insight and an encouragement with you concerning XRP and the crypto industry as a whole. I don't know about you, but I've been a little bit discouraged the last few weeks. There's been a lot going on with the tariffs and the trade wars and the geopolitical events taking place, and I've been a bit like, whoa, what's going on? Well, anyway, tonight I was at the gym and I was listening to some worship music while I was working out, and I started to pray and I started to ask the Lord. I said, Lord, what is on your heart? What is on your mind? Where we're at with XRP? Where are we at with the crypto industry? I said, Lord, I'm looking at my portfolio and I'm getting a little bit, concerned. What's going on? This person's saying this and that person's saying this and this TA guy's saying this and this prophetic person's saying that. Where are we at, Lord? What's going on? And then immediately I had this vision and I saw a duck on a lake, and this duck took off and started to flap its wings, and it was just above the waterline and was flapping its wings. I could see the flapping of the wings, and this duck was it was literally the tip of its wings were touching the water. It was skimming the water and was flying along the surface of the water for quite some time, quite a long distance. It was gaining speed, it was gaining momentum, but it was in the momentum, it was in the gaining speed that it was skimming the surface of the water. And then all of a sudden, right towards the end, the duck started to take off and it started to gain altitude and it started to soar higher and higher. Now, I don't know a lot about the migration of ducks. I don't know a lot about how they operate as birds, as animals, but I've seen that image before, like, in pictures and in videos and in documentaries, that kind of stuff. But what I feel like God was showing me, he said, Ashley, where we're at with XRP, where we're at in the crypto space it's time of sideways action. And there's going to be dips and there's going to be little pumps and there's going to be dips and there's going to be little pumps. And I saw the edge of the wings touching the water, and we're kind of in that place now where there's dips coming, and yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. But a time is coming, a season will be at hand when it starts to take off. And there's a lot happening with regulation, there's a lot happening with the tariffs, there's a lot happening with global liquidity and markets, there's a lot happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about. But I just want to encourage you that we're in a season of sideways action. But the crypto space, the crypto industry is gaining momentum, and we're going to lift off again. Now, I don't know when that will be. I don't know exactly what that will look like. I don't know what the catalyst for that will be. But it's just a real encouragement to me from the Lord that actually just ride it out, sit it out, keep trusting me, and that's where we're at. So I saw this duck. It had started to take flight. It was skimming the surface of the water. The wings were touching the water as it was flapping its wings, and this duck just went sideways like this as it was gathering speed along the surface of the lake. And then eventually it started to gain momentum. Eventually it started to gain altitude, and then it went up in the air like this. So, friends, I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm thankful to the Lord that he spoke that to me tonight. And so thanks for watching, guys. God bless you.